Hello everyone, and I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another episode of Extinct Bricks Originals. And for this special episode, we will be featuring the LEGO compatible custom Venatosaurus from the 2005 movie King Kong. But before we proceed with this featurette, I'd like to thank YouTube.com Audio Library for this awesome background music. Also, please subscribe and hit that notification button for Extinct Bricks. You can also follow me on my social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and of course here in YouTube. I do have a new account in Laika, which is only available here in the Philippines for now but will be global soon. Please support Extinct Bricks by sending Laika gems. Thanks everyone for the support. The Guess PC contest winners will be announced at the end of the video, but for now, here's how you can join. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and then click on the community link to see all my posts. It's fun to join the Guess PC contest to guess the next PC for Extinct Bricks. Wow, that's gruesome. But anyways, let's proceed with the making of Venatosaurus. The Venatosaurus in kit caching was actually made of several items such as the raptor that you see here and also a few Lego toys or Lego parts for it to be completed. After the sculpting phase, I had it dried and then of course wet sanded it so that it will have minimal imperfections to it. After that, I move on with the primering and I use the primer Mosley number 68 in gray. And once that is fully dried, I started on with the base colors. In the 2005 movie King Kong, the Venatosaurus actually appeared when they were actually being chased by dinosaurs in the stampede. So it was really gruesome and also fearsome in a way, and I really like the colors, which is muddy but with a touch of orange and also green as well. So I just followed through with the base colors of that being the greener part on the upper and then of course a lighter underbelly for this one. The lighter underbelly is actually a mixture of what I have already on the top portion. I just added a little bit of yellow as well as white colors to it. And then after that, I mixed a little bit of what I have for the upper portion and then made it a little bit darker by adding some brown as well as black to it. This gave the Venatosaurus a little bit of gradient from the yellowish undertones to the brownish green to the darker ones. Details were then added to the face, to the back, as well as the thighs as well. This is of course using a fine tip brush so that the details are very fine and also sharp. Before I proceeded with the same color, I wanted it to have an orange stripe to it from starting from the neck going towards the tail. This will have that effect that this orange stripe is actually overlaid by the darker green color. Several details were added such as colorations of the nails as well as the teeth. After painting the nails, I waited for the colors of the acrylic to dry up before I went on ahead with the finer details, such as putting on the scales. Now for the scales, I just used a black paint on this one using of course my fine brush so that it will be more or less still sharp. If there would be some jaggedness to the paint, of course I would recommend that we use the permanent marker for this one. And this is how it looks like so far. And that's about it for our making of the Venatosaurus. Now it's time for us to move on with Assembrix. You can do it and let's vault in. Now the Venatosaurus is actually composed of several parts to it. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It has 9 parts to it. Let's begin with connecting the head to the lower jaw piece. When that is connected, we can now connect it to the body and neck. Let's now connect the arms. Let's start with the right one and then with the left. It's now time for us to connect the legs. This time, let's start with the left one and then the right. And of course, let's finish it off by connecting the tail. And there you have it, the completed Lego compatible custom Venatosaurus. So much for assemblies. Now it's time for us to have a closer look. And for the closer look, Usher here is joining me to present the Venatosaurus. Yeah, it looks so fearsome on that pose. I would like to mention that the Venatosaurus is actually also based off from the illustration that at Luca 2951 has also made. I think he's a really good artist and you should check him out as well. Okay, so the Venatosaurus here, let's just put out the base plates that we have. You can see here that it's a very dromaeosaurid-like creature with two studs on the back. And it has a long tail and this long slender body. The head you can see here up close would be very similar to that of the movie. It has this rounded, however box-like head to it. It has the eyes located at the topmost portion of the head and it's look a little bit alien-like to me. The teeth are colored white and of course with the salmon-like gums to it. It has this striping on the sides, a mixture of solid and speckled colors of greens and also black. The feet are also enamored with several details to make it very scaly. Okay, so in terms of articulation, the Venatosaurus head can actually turn around and also it can open and close its mouth. The legs and also the arms can be moved in such a way that it can actually run, and also the tail can be moved twisted around. It is actually composed of two parts to it, so the posing can be very varied. Alright, so I guess that's it for the closer look on the Venatosaurus. Now it's time for us to have some size comparisons. We'll start with human to animal comparison and then we'll go on with other existing extinct creatures that I have so far. So I'm bringing out Usher here to compare with the Venatosaurus, and as you can see, in terms of length, you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, it's around 4 minifigures length. Very much similar to how Luca did it here. Okay, so let's bring back far away the Venatosaurus for it to be able to compare with some of the existing toys that I have. So we have here the Lego Blue. Let's just take out the helmet, or what do you call that, the brain box, and then let's compare it with the Venatosaurus. And bringing it a little bit closer, you can see that the overall shape is actually different. The legs are similar. I haven't really done any modifications to it. The body is long and slender, and including the tail as well. The neck is of course re-angled to a certain point so that it will be very similar to that of the movie Venatosaurus. Okay, so that's it for Lego Blue. Let us now compare it with the Extinct Ritz Blue repaint that I have here. And as you can see, the particular raptor that I use here would be those mini raptors that I got from the flea market. And it's actually very accurate in size when compared to that of the minifigure. And definitely, if you're going to compare the size of the Venatosaurus versus this repaint of mine for blue, it's definitely very different in terms of size. See? You can see that the size is very much accurate than that of the Lego Blue. Okay, so let's move on with another Extinct Ritz Originals, the Extinct Ritz Indoraptor. Okay, so this particular custom is already in video form. If you want to see it, please check it out in the Extinct Ritz playlist after watching the video on Venatosaurus. Now, comparing both in terms of size, the length is pretty much the same. However, the Indoraptor is definitely taller than that of the Venatosaurus. I would wonder if they would be fighting each other, which one would win. Are you Team Indoraptor or are you Team Venatosaurus? Alright, stop fighting guys, let's move along. Well, now for our next comparison, this is the extinct break Ceratosaurus, an upgrade I did just recently. Please check it out as well after watching this video on Venatosaurus. Now comparing both, you can see that the Ceratosaurus is definitely longer by a few inches compared to that of the Venatosaurus. It's also taller and more bulkier. And here she comes, the Queen of Island of Rexy. Extinct breaks T-Rex from Camp Cretaceous, Jurassic Park, and Jurassic World. Of course, there's no comparison at all with this one. That definitely Rexy is bigger, longer, and also bulkier than that of the Venatosaurus. You can see here from the top view that the difference is very uncanny. They say save the best for last, so that's our last comparisons, Rexy, of course. And let's now bring out everyone else. I'm just bringing out here the customs that I did. We have here the two raptors and of course the Ceratosaurus and Rexy. Please watch their videos after viewing this Venatosaurus video. I'm sure you do have comments on what other cryptids you want me to make. So please let me know in the comments below what other King Kong or other cryptids you'd like to see. Okay, so let's do a roll call. Tyrannosaurus Rex, Ceratosaurus, Indoraptor, Velociraptor Blue, and of course, Venatosaurus. Now it's time for us to have some last looks on the Venatosaurus. The name Venatosaurus actually came from the Latin and Greek words Venatus meaning hunting and Saurus meaning lizard. Thus, it's called the thug lizard. As mentioned earlier, it actually appeared in the movie King Kong back in 2005 and its creator is Peter Jackson. It is also part of the Dromaeosaurid family. It would grow up to a length of 24 feet with a weight of 907 kilograms and a height of 15 feet. Wow, that's large for a raptor. Usher always wanted to be an action star, so here is his chance! And that's it for the video on the Venatosaurus. I hope you guys like it. This is the first time I've made a cryptid such as this one and I'm looking forward to making more in the future. It's now time for us to announce the Guess SPC contest winners. And now here are our lucky picks. Cezanne Jimenez, Daniel Ponce, Alego Fan 2010, Lazarillo 22, Solid the Penguin, CBO 6, Walking with Jurassic, Sharon Bro Sumandak, Gulhermi Matos, and Zaki PH. Congratulations everyone, and now for top 10 winners.
Top 10.
These are Mars,
Top 9.
Xenomorph 636,
Top 8.
Laumal Samsam, oh god, that's a tongue twister
Top
for
7.
long. Victor Gabriel,
Top 6.
Becky Patrick,
Top
Jurassic
5.
World Gang,
Top 4.
Durham Khan,
Top 3.
Dinomation,
Top 2.
GCL, and
Top
Audio
1.
Congratulations everyone, and I'll see you on the next Guess SPC contest. Also, our babies Moira and Asher has their own vlog now, The Adventures of Moira and Asher. Please watch their videos and subscribe to their channel as well. Thanks for the support everyone, and as we always would say, let your inner dino brick roar!